Page 16, the James Bond theme. This is a melody from the theme music for the movies, the 007 movies. Now before we start this, I want to talk a little bit about pages 18 and 19, because it's using the same basic music as this is. Now what they've done is they're exploring different keys, key signatures, keys. They're not changing the key signatures in the staff, they're using accidentals. Doesn't matter because it's the harmony that you're hearing that we're after. And in number 1, you'll see that we are doing a minor. That is this is a C major, that's a C minor. And that's what we're doing here. The left hand's the same as the other. It's a minor. Which I already told you is C minor. I gave it away. Oopsie. Number 2, we're up here. Now F major would be here, F minor is here. So you can guess what key this is. Number 3, we're down here, and you basically in this key, it's D minor. Am I not supposed to tell you what key it is? It's you can tell it sounds minor. On number 4, we're down here, and we have B flats in here. So G major's here, G minor is here. So you can guess what key this is. It is G minor. So forth, and then number 5, we're here. Well, it's an E minor chord. E major is here. You can tell the difference in sound between the major and minors. So now we're in E minor. And number 6, we're here and here. And the E flat's there in the second measure. So we got C major and C minor. So forth. So C minor. I don't know why they're going through this. It's just we're investigating major and minor and the sound between them. Keep it in mind. In the James Bond theme itself, on page 16, you're here. This is an A minor. It sounds A minor because A major's here, A minor's here. A minor is no sharps or flats, it's relative to C major. Does that ring a bell? If you look at the last measure to try and figure out what the key is, you get this. Aren't you glad you asked? But it's the last note. It ends on the one key, the A. It's an A minor. Take my word for it. Here. Let's talk about this. 4/4 time, 4 counts in a measure. We're counting quarter notes. We'll take it one hand at a time first. Make sure we have the notes and the rhythms. The right hand first 2 lines is just the A minor chord. Okay. So hopefully even with the rhythm is not a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay. However, measure 5 with the 8th notes, 1 and 2 and. 1, it's an 8, you're down here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. See, it's tied. So forth, once you kind of get the rhythm, it's not bad. However, I want to challenge you. This is a fast piece. I want to give you a little more advanced fingering and have you try it out, because it will help you later on if you can get an idea of this. And that is when we have a fast piece and you have all these repeated notes, you can get tired very quickly using the same finger like. So to help prevent that, we simply use different fingers on them. So in the beginning, at measure 5, here, I'm going to do a 1, 2, 1, 2. Just to alternate 1, 2, 1, 2. And then for the next measure, at the beginning of that, it's 1, 3, because the third finger's on it. I'm still using 3, I'm just alternating 1, 3, 1, 3. And then for measure 7, back to 1, 2, 1, 2. Measure 8, 1, 3 again. For the first 2 beats. Because I can do this quickly and for quite a while and stay relaxed throughout the whole thing. much easier than going. Now for the second two beats here, I'm going to do a 1, 3, 2, 1. 1, 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2, 1, 1. 1, 3, 2, 1. This is another very common pattern. And it works out here. So on the last two beats of these four measures, I'm going to use this, well, for the most part, this. So in measure 5, it's going to be a 1, 2, 1, 2. And then a 1, 3, 2. And then 3. And then a 1, 3, 2. 1. And that's it. Now it's better on measure 8 if you can end on the thumb, because you're closer, you need a G sharp for your next one. And with thumb you can reach up. So on measure 8, just a 2, 1 here, because there's only 2 notes there. This way, going on to measure 9, it's a G sharp and then a G natural. 1 in, 1 in. And then on beat 4, crossover. Here, we just changed hand positions. So again, measure 9, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then measure 11, you're back up. Well, at the beginning you were down here. Now you're up here an octave higher. Measure 16. Oh, whoa, this looks terrible. They want you to do this. 1 and then come up with 4th finger. I don't recommend it. I really don't. That's kind of dangerous. This is a quick piece. So instead, I'm going to recommend you use 2nd finger on the C. This way, I'm a little closer to where I want to be. And you can use 5th finger there if you want. Here, there's nothing wrong with it. We don't need to shy away from the awkward fingers, although this is loud, so they can't play as loud as the 1, 2, and 3 fingers can. But whether you use 4, 3 or 5, 4, I'll leave that up to you. But it's 1 and 2 and 3. So that dotted quarter note comes on beat 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And the last one is F sharp B. It's the tritone. They want 1 and 4. I would, you can do 2 and 4, whichever. You're gonna move anyway. I mean, if you're gonna do that, just I use 2 and 4. You can use 2 and 5. Pick a finger, 2 fingers, and go with it. Here, left hand. He's starting A and E down here. And I recommend, if your hand's big enough, use 2nd finger on the black keys here. Just keep your hand out here. You can use thumb on all of them, but it's better off in the long run with some other types of patterns we're going to run into if you stay out here and use 2nd finger on the black keys. And that's all the left hand does until the very end. The last line, you're going to hold this down for 3 measures. And then the last measure, you have a C and an E. You can use 2 and 1, 3 and 1. Doesn't matter, just here. And then an A with an 8V under it, which sends it down an octave. If you have the key. If you have a short keyboard, play the lowest A you have. That's fine. Just lift up and move. Put the hands together slowly. You're here. Make sure you hold the half notes down. Like so. And then measure 5. So you're holding that down as a. And then measure 9. 1 and 2 and 3 and then chords. And then the last line on page 17. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 left hand's just held down. And then you come down here. Both hands have to move. Can you move here? You may have to practice that move. Just lift up and move. And then here. This is a tricky piece. It really is. So you go through and put the hands together and then go back through carefully and get rid of the hesitations. Just work on those spots. As far as articulation goes, they don't really give you too much. Maybe an accent, a few slurs here and there. Connect these as best you can. You can't, but do the best you can. On measure 9, the slurs, and then really you're kind of connecting it all together. You can't really because the E is repeated. And at the end, the measure 16, that's what lift up. That's really the only articulation there is, almost. You connect it, and then you have an accent on the last note, both hands. But not the last note here, that's no accent there. Because we want to hear this when we play that. And you drown that out if you play that too loud, so don't. Then for dynamics, well, soft, both hands at the beginning. And you're going to go up to moderately soft to moderately loud and back down. It's a swell. And then when you get to measure 5, we want to hear the right hand. Keep the left hand in the background. And you're soft here. You're just staying soft until measure 8. You're going to go up a little bit. Moderately loud in the right hand. The left hand is in the background here. Really, the left hand is pretty much the same throughout the whole piece until we get down toward the end. So on measure 9, I'd be playing this left hand the same as I was playing it at the beginning. It's the right hand we want to hear. Measure 11 to come down to moderately soft. Go louder. And then measure 13, you're going to go up to loud. And this is, by the way, is tied. And that's loud. It's accented. You don't need an accent on a loud note. Just play it loud. And now you're loud. And then loud, I don't know about the accents here because you're loud already. And then soft. That's a nice thought. Okay. Doesn't sound right because we need the pedal. To overtones and to connect these things, we really need the pedal. And the pedaling is pretty much just overlap pedaling. You can do it like they're saying pretty much on this one. Just notes first and then the pedal. Change it after you play the notes. All the way through. And we're not pedaling these with the 8th notes because we want to hear this. It's a bouncy feel here. But connect the left hand as best you can. And now we can pedal at measure 9. Play the notes for. Actually, I would wait until you play the here. Don't pedal the first half. Wait till you play that note and then pedal. That's sort of what they're showing. Don't pedal until the E, G. And then at the end, you just smear all that together. From measure 15 on, smear it all together. I disagree with that. I would very much like to hear. I'd like to hear that. Here. So you can experiment with the pedal, and if you don't like the sound of it, change it. Now speed, sort of fast. Let's go watch one of the 007 movies. It's there. fermata at the end, you just hang on to that as long as you feel right. When I do it with a metronome, I'll just hold that low A down 4 counts instead of 2, and then I'll lift both hands. I like to play this with you very slowly to just check everything. I'll give us 4 counts. I'll just go really, really slow. I'm not going to do any dynamics. We're just going to play both hands about the same. All we're doing is checking notes and rhythms here. We're not performing it. The eighth notes may seem a little fast here, but you work on them, you'll get them. 1, 2, ready, go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.